Realising our move to France came earlier than expected. Come with us and enjoy watching the trials and tribulations that have occurred. Follow me, Jo Harris, my husband Steve, and our gorgeous fox red Labrador Morse, and our beautiful Bright on our journey to integrate into French society. Bon courage! So today, in Steve's workshop, he is making up some tea caddies for a very important client. So, what are you up to, Steve?
All right, well, shall I talk the YouTube world, Facebook world through the process so far? So, I've had a lot of leftover cheap tongue and groove. We use it for panelling on the walls, we use it for boxing in pipe work, we use it for all sorts of stuff, but I've got lots of it. And Lesa needs some tea caddies for the very important client needs some tea caddies for the chateau, for the tea room. She wants 9 or 10 of them. So I've cut a load of material, like that. So I cut the sides, cut a rabbet in the bottom, a rebate in the bottom, for the bottoms, which I've just literally started cutting on the table saw now. I cut a groove, so when they're assembled, there's a groove so I can make 4 compartments, which I'm making out of very thin ply, 3mm thick ply, but there's a test one that I made out of just hardboard, so they slot in there like that to create and then I put half a slot in one, half a slot in the other, and then these just slot together in a square. And then the process of putting them all together is actually quite satisfying. So this is the process that I use for gluing these together. Some of my other boxes I've used a jig for making dovetail joints and finger joints, but these, because they're just a simple little box for tea bags, I've just done 45-degree corners that are just going to get glued together like that. Now, there's a clever way of putting these together. If you get a straight edge, say for instance spirit level, against 2 stops on your bench, lay down a piece of slightly sticky tape, doesn't have to be very sticky at all, and place your first one up against your straight edge. Push it down against your tape. Then the next one, you just leave a little gap, just so you can see just a little bit of tape, just a millimetre or 2 between the 2 pieces. Then you put your next piece in, leaving a little gap, and then you look your next piece in, leaving a little gap. So now your pieces are all lined up straight across along your straight edge. Get your straight edge out of the way, make sure these are stuck down on the tape, pick them up, bend them into a square shape, keeping some downward pressure so they stay square.
Ooh, very clever. That's ingenious.
And they're not absolutely dead square yet. To make them square, you cut a square piece of plywood, which I'm currently doing on the table saw over there, and then when you put these in, they make it square.
Voila!
And then once it's all glued up, I can put the centre pieces in, give it a stain, send them to the client.
Cool. And shall we?
And that's for. No,
So
that's what she wanted. She just wanted, because she does 4 different types of teas. So she wanted 4 segments just for those to stand up in.
Very, very good.
Now, the test one, I want a little bit, I want a bit frou-frou with this one.
This one you prepared earlier.
So this basically was my trial one just to prove the theory. And I've trimmed it with some offcuts of oak. And I've put an oak base on the bottom of this one.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
But I've roughed up the pine. So that's what it looked like when it came off the... So I've just knocked it about and roughed it up a bit to make it look like it's old.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Left the knots in. And it's just a little...
Very pretty.
And they're only €1,000 each. But I like to leave some damage, and it's a bit wonky there where I've had to sand some splinters off.
Everyone knows.
Corners are all rounded off so they look like they're old.
We like it rustic.
But these are just going to be a bit more simple. They're just going to have a flat. They're not going to have trimmed in oak, I don't
So
think.
is this one for me?
No, this one's... Well, you can have this one if you want one. But
It's really sweet. It's such a good idea. Well, I think it was Lisa's request.
yes.
But a really good idea. Well done, darling, as usual. Well done.
That's what we're on today. So come back later and see some glued up ones. So, we're now batch cooking. And this design is actually working pretty well. So these are glued up and sound and finished. I've just got to put the stain on them like that one.
Beautiful.
And Lesa wanted to be able to store them away. So I glued the legs on like that so that they could be stacked up.
Ah, I thought when you got them stacked over there that's how you'd like to stack them, and I thought it's not quite the same, is it? But that looks great. Brilliant.
When she takes them out to the restaurant, she can
Look
take
at
them all
that.
in one
Take them
go.
all in one go.
And they can't fall off.
That's very clever.
Actually, there you go.
Look at that. A stack of boxes. Parfait. Très bien, monsieur.
Pour le sachet de thé,
Uh-huh.
sachet de sucre,
Ah oui.
sachet de anything.
What's the word for anything? I can't remember. We've been learning that in French this week.
There you go.
They're so sweet.
Little boxes.
Made of...
Ticky-tacky.
They're brilliant. They're such a good idea. Very, very good.
It's satisfying doing this.
It is very satisfying. It's satisfying to look at. It's a bit like Jenga.
But it doesn't fall out.
No.
Look at that.
Excellent. Very good indeed.
And there's the client.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Uh-oh.
what do you want, underling?
He is,
I look down on him.
he is above us.
But he is, I look down at him because he is middle class. I look down at him because he's nothing.
I look down on him because he's lower class. I look up to him.
I know my place. Are you polishing your box?
I'm polishing my box, yeah.
So, these are the little boxes you've made for Lesa.
Yep.
Just giving them a bit of a coating of some nice colour.
Antique wax.
Yeah. Very, very good idea. Beautiful. Yeah, amazing.
So, beautiful day today.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Day for polishing your box.
17 degrees. Ooh, I had a bug on me. Ooh, that's it. The start of the year with a bug start coming out. That looks lovely, doesn't it? Very pretty.
Just need to get another different cloth.
So these are in preparation for the champagne tea party at the Chateau on Monday, where Ted and I are going to do some singing. So yeah, should be good fun. But we're doing quite a few songs this time. We're doing 15, and every time I've practiced them all in a row, I get to the 13th and my voice goes. So I'm hoping it lasts. And the 14th song has got a very high note in it, which I have to really belt out. So you might put that one somewhere else. Maybe not be the last one. Oh, that's amazing. They come up so beautifully.
Well, the idea of sort of roughing them up, blending in the corners and all that sort of thing, so that they look old. You know, I don't want stuff to look brand spanking new. I want it to look like it's been used. So you just soften all the edges, and don't put the wax on evenly. You know, the wax is a bit too thick there, but it just makes it look like it's old and gnarly, a bit like me.
Well, you're not gnarly, darling. Fantastic.
Right, 1 down. Oh, sorry, 3 down. 5 more to go.
Excellent.
Right, so let me get my shadow out of the way. So these are the boxes finished for the customer, for the little tea sachets. She wanted little boxes of 4 segments for the 4 different types of tea, and she wanted to be able to stack them up to get them out of the way when they're not in use. So I've made stacking. Ooh, the tower nearly fell over. Jenga tower nearly fell over there.
They're brilliant. They really are lovely. And Debbie Dozy. Aren't they great? Really nice. They're so good, and you can use them for any. I mean, that one's mine. Hopefully, you can use them for absolutely anything. Oh, I mean, that one could almost be a.
That's the deluxe version.
Yeah.
Trimmed with oak on the top.
But that one could actually be on the wall with shells in or something, like a. Yeah, I think that would look nice hanging up. I think that's really nice. And so is the top of your head.
Oh yeah. Let's see my bald patch.
No, I don't think so. So, as I always say, this is another little project. Because of the dogs, now there's 2 of them. Whenever the post lady comes, or anyone comes with a delivery, what I was doing in the summer last year was opening the window and letting parcels come through the window. But gradually over the winter, the windows have got stuck, and I'm sure they'll be all right again in the summer. But well, as you can see, they need a need of good renovation. Yes, definitely in need of renovation. So what we thought we'd do is put a gate on the outside of the front door, so that we can open the door without the dogs getting out, but also so that the dogs are still there showing themselves as potential threat to any nasty people.
But I think once they've seen Nicole a few times, the post lady, they'll get used to her and they'll be excited, like they're excited when Ted and Lisa. They don't bark at Ted and Lisa anymore. They can hear, they recognise their car and they wag. So
well, yeah, they do. Unfortunately, it's anyway. This is going to solve the problem of anyone who comes to deliver anything. So I'll be able to open the door and the dogs will just be there, and I can, accept things over the gate. And it's actually quite a sweet little gate. We weren't sure whether this was going to be a good idea to put on the front of the house. But I think it'll take a little bit of getting used to. But Yeah, it's not too bad. We're just going to make sure it's straight because it's slightly down your end at the moment.
Well, let me get one screw in this side thing and then I can straighten it out.
Okay. Ta-ta-ta-ta! A gate that stops the dogs getting out. Let's go out. Look at that. Isn't that perfect? So far it's been working. You can see little Bright. He's a clever girl. It's just... you always have to lock it and unlock it, otherwise it blows around in the wind, and it is very windy occasionally, so, but yeah, perfect.
So this is now twisted. That's alright, no.
Shall I get a bit of...
That's alright. Right, so we're gonna... Yeah, you want to put something on where the
buckle's going to go.
It don't matter if it's twisted. We're not going in.
It wasn't twisted. I'll find something to go where the buckle's going to go. Just like a big rag or something.
Just something, you know, like, yeah, small furry animal. Oh,
Bright!
Bit of polystyrene.
That'll do, whatever. Blind leading the blind.
When you said we're going to do a spin-off channel of Ted and Steve doing stuff, maybe not ratchet stuff. So just so those straps can't slip off the end.
Do you want the table legs out of the way?
No, I'm going to try and put it straight down on top of the...
Does it tell you how much it weighs?
It does somewhere.
Well, all the packaging is in there.
Don't worry.
I'll look at it in a minute.
Right, so we need to...
There you go. T20 Tampa 200
03B. What's Pierre?
I'll flip it over, it'll probably say on the other side.
GoPro, stop recording.
Shout when you want to go down.
Dang.
Ooh. Girl, you
I'm not tall
go.
enough to get up these steps. I have to do that a different way.
You're not tall enough.
I don't think I can step
I'm
up.
just pulling the strap up on here like this. Just pulling it up high on my arm rather than my shoulder. Ready? Go.
Well done.
That's it.
Do you want to go down?
No, go on. Go.
Let's pick your feet up, don't forget.
Yeah. Wires now.
Wires. Well done.
Ready? rest at the door, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Right. Just come out of here.
No, I'm alright, I'm not moving. I'm happy. It's fine.
Sparklers.
Oh,
You got sparklers?
oh gosh.
Long way. We've got to get out them poxy little steps along, haven't we?
And luckily they're not slippery.
Can I do anything to assist?
Yeah, can you carry this at the back?
Okay.
You're not going to have to put on them steps. Well, get it on top of them steps and we'll just walk it.
I think you want to. I don't think you'll get it onto the tabletop. Shall I move the legs and do it? You can do it so that you strap the legs on underneath it, and then we can turn it over.
Yeah, so come out. Come past me. Put that piece of card. Move the table legs over. They're not that heavy. I say that they're way a ton, but.
Oh, John.
And then put this cardboard down. We'll put the cardboard back. Oh no, it's already got cardboard on it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, just put a double layer.
we need to put it on its front though, because it connects
Oh, yeah.
to the back.
So put this sheet of
So,
card.
yeah, sheet cardboard on the floor and then we'll put it on the floor.
This bit?
Yeah,
Yeah, put it on
that
the
is
floor.
the right size. So. I think it says 4-man lift on it.
Well, we're doing well. We're doing well. We're doing well.
We're going to get the bouncers on his legs.
Nah, we get it. Well, that's the thing, and then we'll flip it over. Be fine. There'll be 3 of us on that one. Ready?
No.
2, 6.
Ready?
Go. Mind yourself. Go. It's all right. Just.
I'm going to have to do this a step at a time.
Yeah, go for it, mate. I'm going to pull out this end. I'm going to put it down. Go. Go. Wait. Right. Push your end down. That's it. I'm on the steps. Go. Stop.
You want to get
Go.
this side,
Stop.
put it down that way.
Right. Last lift onto the cardboard.
Okay.
Get
Go.
it right on the edge here.
Hold on a minute. It slipped off. What's this? Go.
Wow.
Assembly bench.
Hands off.
On the instructions it says, don't saw anything on the table, don't chisel anything off the table.
Don't burn anything on the table.
Every sentence says tabletop. Don't
Look at that. That looks absolutely stunning.
see. I know there's no pattern, but you see.
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic. Doesn't that look beautiful? So, yeah. That is really gorgeous, isn't it? And that's gonna stay cool, isn't it? It's not gonna get hot
No,
in the sun or anything.
it probably will. Yeah, because there's good
So-
polish.
You know you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to.
This is all the
This is the finishes.
finish, but you can wipe it out because it's very
Yeah,
chalky. But that,
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
It has 3 processes in the factory. What did you say?
yeah, for waterproofing, UV, and something else.
Rub it off. You must just give it a real gentle with.
Yeah,
Wipe over.
because it's sealed. So then in 6 to 12 months, we might have to seal it again. So, well, that means moving it back to the front garden. No, it doesn't. Oh, that's great.
Take it to the shop.
We're,
To choose the right seat.
yeah, I'm out that day.
Yes, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ted, for coming in helping.
Massive pleasure as always. Massive pleasure.
So, after a fantastically busy week, we were able to gaze lovingly at our new table and chairs. It is extraordinarily heavy, so thanks again to Ted, who is always willing to come and help. It's sadly not quite warm enough to sit out in the evening, but it won't be long. À bientôt!